What's up, y'all? Uneducated Yogi here with One Family Investing, where we learn, y'all. We do that. We learn stuff here. All right. We learn about stuff. We invest. We invest in things, and then we make profit. All right. That's how we do here. That's exactly how we do here. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. You know, I'm gonna be having fun with SoFi. That's what it looks like. Okay. I'm gonna be showing y'all some really amazing stuff that I believe SoFi is going to be offering. It's going to be offering us some long term opportunity, and it's going to be offering us some short term opportunity. And I know you can't see this yet. I'm setting things up. Don't worry. So I'm going to talk about that. And I have, a video or two that I want to go over with y'all. One of them is our main guy, Jeremy, financial education. He's doing his thing. I haven't watched any of this yet, so I'm gonna give y'all an authentic first response when I'm just like listening to it. Just, I'll tell y'all what I think about that. And then this Invest with Henry, he's another person I follow. Again, y'all can't even see none of this. Let me put my face out of here. So this is Henry, Invest with Henry, somebody else I follow. Remember, as y'all are following people and getting people, this is a resource place. It doesn't mean you should follow everybody that I'm sharing. I'm sharing people with you. Put your dish up, little homie. Ari, can you put your dish up? Um, thanks, dude. Um, so I'm presenting people to y'all, but do not follow everybody that I'm saying. Whether it be me or somebody else, you should pick no more than like two people that you really really follow, that you really really listen to, and like, and you're learning from that person, and you're gaining different ways to do things from that one person. Because what will happen is, if you learn from me, you learn something from somebody else. Like, I do support and resistance trading. When I'm looking at stuff, if just because I do support and resistance trading, and then you found somebody else who does support and resistance trading, doesn't mean we do it in the same way. So they might show you a different way, right? And it doesn't mean one of them is better or worse. It just means you'll be trying to mix two different techniques as one technique. And that's what's going to hurt you. Okay. So don't think just because, oh, well, Yogi told me not to follow this person told me not to follow Yogi. If you found somebody who you trust and you feel you can connect with, and you're getting some type of results through knowledge, like you're actually learning something and you're able to see it and implement it, that's how you know you're gaining something. If that happens, I don't care who you following, follow that person. But it doesn't mean the other person that you're not following isn't like valid or anything like that. So don't muck the industry. Don't destroy our industry by saying like that person is less than and we're better. Just go, hey, I mean, I'm doing this. This is the techniques I've learned, and this is how I use them. This works for me. So that's what this is for. You know, um, so I'm showing y'all these people. Again, that's where that was from. Invest with Henry. We're going to talk about him. We're going to see what's going on with what he's talking about. We're going to see what's going on with Jeremy. And then I wanted to just share with y'all, because I didn't show y'all this yet, but this is in the public portfolio. This is the Destiny situation. I'll go over that a little bit. And yeah, so we'll just get started. The public portfolio. Um, I ain't gonna lie. So we've been looking at the gains and losses down here, and I had it on percentages at one point, but I want to show y'all it in dollar wise as well. So as far as the investments is going, we're up with Nike, we're up $250. Um, with Genie, we're up $219. With SoFi, we're up 102. With ST Microelectronics, STM, we're up $34. Net Cloudflare, we're up $21. And Block, or XYZ, we're down $25. So with the stocks, non ETFs, we're up a total $608. which is about 82% of our holdings. And I'll talk about that stuff later. I haven't talked about this a whole lot, the holdings part, but basically, some of my investments is here, some of my investments is there, and I got a cash, I got apartment, so it's like your financial portfolio, so I'm gonna call it for now. How are you allocating your funds? So let's just say I get 100% of my income. So maybe I have two checks, maybe I have one check. It doesn't matter. I have all my checks, all my little bonuses I get, donations I get, whatever, in 1 month. I see how much that is, and then I say, okay, well, this is how much I have. Now you got to start budgeting, right? This is for rent, this is for car, all that stuff. Done. What do I have left over that I'm going to use just for investing? So out of everything that I have, um, how much percentage do I want for investing? Let's just say if I make, I'm gonna do simple, easy numbers, right? Let's say I make $2,000 a month, and I want to put 20% in there to be $200. $2,000 a month, 20%, $200. If I put $200 as investing, I might want to use 10% of that for like holding cash. I might want to use 20% of that. So 10% of the 200 would be that. 20% of the 200 would go to investing in, real estate. Another 20%. So then you divide it like this. So you have your overall income, and then you have income, or you have what you're going to be investing in it with, and then you got to percentage that out. I'll go more detail about that later, but I hope that didn't just confuse y'all. But anyways, so this is 82% of this portfolio, and 17% of it is in ETFs. So if I had cash in here, if I was holding cash in here, it would also show that, it would say, hey, you have this percentage of cash. Actually, it does 0.05% of cash. So if I put more cash in here, these percentages would change. But this, out of this 100% altogether, this is going to be 100%. It doesn't equal 100% of my income. It equals, let's say, 40% of my income, right? And then that 40% is divided like this, right? So that's how that works. Um, but the public portfolio looking good, all right? Uh, we're down $183 in ETFs. So, I don't know, what is that? 608. Yeah, I ain't the best at math in my head. 608 minus 183. Let's say we're up $425, And again, just as I said in the last video, please watch these videos. I know I'm new still, and maybe I'm not getting the consistency from y'all, but if I am and you've been watching these videos, you're doing good because you're stacking on each video. But if you're not, I'm telling you right now, you want to go back and watch them. But obviously, if I was putting in a monthly income into this account right here, or when I get profit, take out the profit and reinvest, this account would be, way higher. All right. But we're going this route for a reason. If you've been following me, I can't explain everything over in each video. Watch the other videos. But anyways, we're doing it like this for a reason. Just know we're still positive in this account. Okay. As far as SoFi, so again, we recently made profit. It was a 201. So this right here came from profit from that option that I traded. All right, that $72 option that I traded. $201 came from that 72 option that I traded, right? Okay. And I just want to show y'all something on this because I made an options watch list, and I put the option trade that I did for SoFi, I put a watch list trade of the same trade. So let's say if I didn't close the trade right now, okay? So let's just say my SoFi trade was still open. My option was still open. Right here. Let's say this trade was still open. And if it was open today, you know. So I had this August 4th. I opened this contract for $72. On August 22nd, I closed the contract for $201. All right. But if this contract was open, okay, you see it says SoFi for a $23.50 strike, is what it's called. Okay. I have a call option, which means I believe it's going to go up to $23.50 by September 5th. Okay. I closed it early and I made whatever profit, this minus $72. Again, math in my head, it don't make no sense. I should be able to do it. I'm over here teaching my son mental math and I can't do it. So $129, right? So $129 of profit. All right. And that was in a couple weeks on a simple small trade that we can keep doing over and over. And I just want to show y'all something. If I would have kept this trade in, so $23, SoFi, a call for 23.50. And I just want to show y'all where it would be at today. So if I would have waited a couple more days, I would have almost made another $100. Just letting it sit there, not even doing nothing. Just a couple extra days, it would have went up from whatever percentage. Again, I think it was at like 198% for that 201, my last one that I did. 318%. So the option itself would have been worth $297, but my total return would have been $226. That's just insane. Just for letting it sit another couple days. All right. This is the exact same trade. I put this option trade in on the same day. Trying to see if it shows my date down here. But anyways, okay, I put it in 2 days, 3 days earlier. Okay. Which which makes this, yeah, this one would be naturally more as well because I put it in a couple days earlier. Okay, so SoFi again, that momentum, and then I wanted to share this video, or let's go over this together because it says buy SoFi before September. Don't miss this special opportunity. And I wanted to watch this because I'm thinking about my next option trade. So I have that $205 in Robinhood right now, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out, should I wait for SoFi to have a little correction, or should I invest in it right now? So this is the type, again, the type of research I'm doing. This is a resource center. I'll do a lot of the research for us, and then you can gain trust with me, by understanding this. Go over some of my older videos, see if they were on or not, But you don't have to do all this. It's a 19-minute video. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. The Jeremy's videos probably like an hour or maybe 30. Okay, 40 minutes. That's around his videos, 40 minutes, and you don't have to do all that. I will. So, anyways, but let's watch this a little bit together and see why he's saying SoFi is so important. And so this is basically what I'm thinking. As I'm doing more and more research, if SoFi is for sure just in a nice bull run, I'll get another option right now for a future call because knowing that, we're in a good run up. Um, but if we don't know, I'll do some more research, then I'll wait a little bit, see how it plays out maybe. But if we know for sure that it might, let's say, like it's looking like it has to make a correction, something like that. And then we might still get an option, but the options I'm doing right now are the um, is the long call is what they call it. I'm doing call options that I'm buying, not selling. Okay, so anyways, let's see what he says about SoFi. This video from 4 days ago. All right, so from 4 days ago, let's see what he's saying.
Beware, because this is the opportunity to get in when no one else. SoFi just entered the peak sleeper stage, and investors must be aware of this stage because you can get shockingly rich by taking advantage of this opportunity. The sleeper stage is when a high growth stock currently has absolutely no catalysts and not much interest from investors. But beware, because this is the opportunity to get in when no one else is really paying attention to the stock and doesn't really have that much interest. SoFi will be a $50 stock before we know it. Mark my words. Write this on your calendar. I told you, SoFi is going to reach a $30 billion valuation. We're essentially there, and I want to go over the technical analysis and very important research, updated research in this video. Okay, let's.
When it's buffering, I'm trying not to talk because I think like with the phone or something, like when you give it more information, it takes longer to buffer. So I'm not doing it. I promise I'm gonna get more equipment. If y'all get me to 50 subscribers, I need 50 subscribers. Share this with somebody. They don't even have to watch the videos. I don't even care. Give me the 50 subscribers. I'm gonna start doing live streams, and then I'll have another goal after that. After my live stream session, I'm gonna have another goal after that to where I'm gonna buy a new like either like laptop or an extra hard drive, whatever I need to make this not be so slow. Sometimes I'm gonna get it. Okay, but y'all gotta help me. Give me the 50 subscribers first, and then let's get us some better equipment. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna just keep going. But that's why I stay quiet if it's buffering or shaking up because when I start recording, I think it takes just more energy. So whatever. Anyways, so he's already saying SoFi going up to $50 a $50 stock. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, I've been doing this for a while. People on the internet, they just be saying stuff like that, but they don't be specific. All right. So I don't like the ones who say it and don't be specific. If you're gonna say it, then be specific so that we can know what's up. All right. So let's see if he's gonna be specific or not. If he is, we can just trust his info more. But I've been following him for a little bit. I like him.
Start off with the technicals on SoFi. Right now, SoFi is in the sleeper stage because it's been going sideways for a very long time. SoFi has not really had that much movement for the last, 5 weeks here. SoFi has essentially had about zero growth. However, the momentum was very, very huge in the past. And right now, as SoFi stabilizes, has no interest, there's actually a catalyst that will just light this stock on fire, in my opinion. So that's what I want to talk about. And starting off with the technicals, really, I mean, we're right here in the middle of the Bollinger Band. I expect the stock to probably trend sideways in the short term, but in the long term, and I'm not even saying way, way far out into the long term. I mean 6 to 12 months. If you can't wait 6 to 12 months to get rich, you have no business even investing in the stock market. Because I'm not day trading, I'm not doing any short-term stuff here. I'm predicting and using my skills from my experience on Wall Street, my finance degree, analytics, economics, da 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 da. I'm using my experience to predict what will have a huge outperformance. Because if you can beat the S&P 500 in a 1 year, 5 year, 10 year time frame, you will get stupid rich, which everyone else is claiming that they can do in the short term, but nobody actually does. People are on that roller coaster of volatility. No, SoFi is actually a stock that can build a lot of wealth for an investor, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, it doesn't matter. The stock is very strong technically. And the key catalyst that I'm looking for, I'll talk about their business after this key catalyst. The key catalyst I'm looking for is really the blockchain-powered international remittance and crypto services. They are branching out more into crypto and placing more emphasis on crypto, especially as we have globalization happening in the world, more people traveling, more people looking into decentralized cryptocurrencies. I myself included, I'm using crypto as a form of payment nowadays. They're betting on crypto. So SoFi, they had a recent launch. They launched that SoFi had partnered with Lightspark to deploy a blockchain-based international money transfer feature. It's initially in Mexico, and And this service will let users send US dollars to recipients who receive local currencies via real-time conversion through Bitcoin. So here's the
So what I do right away is I go to like smart. Mm-hmm. And I do one more because I do a lot of my. Okay, so light smart card products. Okay, well, so I do a little thing like that. We got our light smart loaded up, so if I don't, so I don't forget, and I'll go back and look at it.
expansion plan that they have. Essentially, after Mexico, SoFi intends to broaden the rollout. It's also reintroducing crypto services, enabling members to buy, sell, and hold digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, to stake them, okay, and potentially access crypto-backed loans. So very, very strong catalyst
Wow.
for SoFi that can easily launch the stock to $30 per share as we continue to see the rollout and news of this kind of happening in real time in the news, but also as it translates into the balance sheet and investor presentations, investor meetings, earnings reports, etc. Right? All of the financial news. And this really matters because this marks a really bold return to crypto after really a 2-year hiatus, unlocking new revenue streams and appealing to both retail and international users. So again, broadening their reach. Okay, it's all about customer acquisition and then monetization of those customers. That's the name of the game. That's how the company makes money. Is they acquire new users, right? And then those new users turn into dollars. That's it. New users, quantity of users multiplied by profit per user equals revenue for the company, right? So another big thing that I'm personally looking out for, and why the stock is likely to hit to $50 per share, and why you're going to get stupid rich. You've already gotten stupid rich. I've already called SoFi in like
I'm watching a video with my people. My family want to say hi, apparently, everybody. But so I want to say something about what he's saying. So this is some cool research that he's doing. Okay, y'all gonna say hi and then get out. Okay, I love y'all. Say hi. You're right there. Can you see yourself? That's Isaac. That's Ari. Hello. Okay. Isaac, Ari. Okay. Thank y'all. Love you. Love you. So this person, so what Henry's talking about right now. So this is the type of research that we do when we're looking for okay, what am I going to invest in? Why? Like the important question is, why am I investing in it? All right. Like for me, um, and for me, we got to attack it from two angles. Well, one, are you just doing this just because you think it's a money grab or things like that? That's not the why you want. This is a skill set that I've grown, and I actually appreciate understanding how numbers move based off of like human behavior and like I enjoy patterns. Like in high school or in school, I was really good at math. It was like my natural thing because I don't like English. You like math, you don't like English. I got a dyslexia thing going on, so math was just my thing, right? But because of patterns, I think, not because of math itself, but because of patterns. So I'm picking up on patterns. So I'm not just doing it just because. I'm doing it because there's actually some in me that goes like, this is actually pretty interesting to me. And then the other why that I'm talking about is why would I invest in SoFi now? Kind of like when I said, if I'm going to get an option right now, I got to know if the option is going to be good for how long, right? Like he just said, if you're not going to be able to wait 6 months to 12 months, 6 months to a year, then what do you? He's been investing way longer than me. He's made way more money than me. Jeremy's made way more money than me. He's been doing this way longer than me. They're saying the same thing, okay? And this is what I mean about cross-referencing people. And this is why I do the research that I do and how I do it. So, but anyways, you see what he's talking about. He's understanding that, and it looks like he's looking at SoFi's website, or he's actually reading information from somewhere, right? So he's doing research and understanding that SoFi is going to get back into cryptocurrency because apparently they were with it, but then they paused on it because they were doing other stuff for whatever reason. I don't know. I wasn't following SoFi that long yet, but it sounds like they're going to get back into crypto, and then there's a whole heap of stuff of why that's important. Again, I own cryptocurrencies, and I understand that space a bit as well. And there are some cryptocurrencies right now that is just taking like the world by storm. And again, in some of my earlier videos, because I can't remember them off the top of my head, but um, so what he's talking about right now is he's saying no matter if you're going to use SoFi as a swing trader, an options trader like me that's going to hold on to it for a little bit at a time, or or whether you're a buy and holder, which again everybody should be. Everyone should have. This is no financial advice, but you should. We should all have a something to where we're buying and holding for the long term because of the growth or the dividends or the value, right? So like why are you doing this? Why are you holding on to it? The why comes into two questions. Why am I doing it based off of like me? Am I being greedy and survivalistic, or am I doing it because I'm being calculated and I know what I'm doing, right? So let's keep going. I just like that. And we might be, well, let's listen to a little bit more of this and then we'll go over the journey.
The dollars and the like low dollars. If you've been following this channel, if you're subscribed, by the way, subscribe. We're gonna hit 500,000 subscribers, and we're gonna continue to make a lot of money. Look, the next reason is rising fee-based income and strategic guidance. So fee-based revenue.
I'm trying to get to his subscriber levels, right? He just said 500,000. You know what I'm saying? I just want 50.
In Q2, the fee-based revenue reached 377 billion, reached 377 million. Okay, up 72% year over year, driven by interchange, origination, referral, and brokerage fees. That's $377 million coming from fee-based revenue. Now, the guidance and the tone from SoFi was that essentially
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna get in detail about like the analytics or the he's going over like the reports and stuff. That's called doing your due diligence. We're gonna go to Jeremy real quick just to hear what he got to say. So basically, when I go in for my SoFi option, I'm gonna be looking at, and again, I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I've been doing some research already, obviously with SoFi, but I hope this doesn't sound like all nasty and crazy. I'm trying to eat while I'm doing this. So I'm going to give it for instance again here. So let's say trade SoFi options. Let's say 6 month out. Let's say February. Okay. So let's say I want to go out like this far. And I believe SoFi, let's say it might reach around that $30 mark or more, right? 6 months from now. Let's say we actually understand it that way. And the reason I'm looking at it that way is because one, I'm just trying not to pay $500, 465. I'm going to try to pay, closer to where my number is, but if I have to go really to my number, it'd have to be around here, $39. And that's kind of risky for me. Um, I mean, it's March of next year. Actually, I think that'll probably be good. Hang on, let's just add this one to the watch list. So if I wanted to get this, it'd be $198, and the break even mark would be $40. Yeah, I just don't know. Okay, I have to look at that a little bit more. But anyways, y'all see the idea of where I got to go, right? So I either have to go something like that, but I think that is less not not realistic. I just don't know, right? And that's the whole thing. In 6 months, I again, you can't just be like, oh, I suppose. Like what I'm saying is coming from experience with the stock and experience being within the market. So I'm about to say something right now, but you shouldn't think that it's just coming out of nowhere, like just randomly guessing. It's not randomly guessing. There's work. So 100% we'll be by 30. I have no doubt. So it'll be $395 though, right? The break even point will be 33. See, something like this, I'm down to get something like this. Add this one to the watch list. So 2026. Okay, so we just added those two. So that's after I saw that. We're going to come back and play around with those later. Okay, so now we're going to go watch Jeremy real quick. Actually, let's just leave it there. I'll play Jeremy another time because this video is, it's getting up there. Maybe let's watch a little. Yeah, actually, I don't know, cause he be going in sometimes. You gotta really be ready to sit down and listen to him sometimes. So I'll check out Jeremy's video myself. If there's something in here that's like, wow, super outstanding, I promise I'll share with y'all. Okay, how about that? So I'll leave this video here. I thank y'all for being here. There's some exciting stuff happening like all the time, and then especially in the market, as people would say, there's always something happening. And I did want to say that this video, the why, one of my biggest whys is to see my family happy and to see my family being able to experience things that we would like to experience as a family. And a big one is I really want to uh, one day be able to help my mom with her house, my dad with his house. That really runs deep for me. I'm not the oldest bro in my family, but uh, you know, yeah, older bro held it down, and then he passed, and now I'm there, and I do feel a certain type of responsibility. So I'm just opening up, and it's nothing that I feel bad about or anything like that. But I really want to be able to give back to my family and be able to help out that way. And I found out because I do have a skill set in this art form called investing. Uh, I chose to go that route to try to help make that happen. Um, and me being you know, being a practicing monk, um, just during that learning process has been tough. But the the biggest wise for me is my family, my immediate family, my three kids and my partner, and you know, mom and dad, gotta help these, not help, but just I think it's a proper position for the sons of the family to hold shit down, basically. All right, and top of all is for God. Everything I do is for God. All right, at the end of the day, and I want to share that here like this because one, you made it to the end of this video. That means you probably have no problem with me, but I wanted to share that that's our whys are so important. And this is my biggest why, to be able to give back in charity, to show God that I don't think that I'm doing this by me or by my power or something. Like every intellectual thing that happens in me that makes something positive happen in my life, trust me, it comes from God. And I want y'all to know that. And that's why I think I want to say it like this this way because um, being an investor, it can seem like, okay, well, I want to become rich and I want to be an investor because of that. Like it, in scripture, it says like the one who, and I don't know what verse or whatever, but I've heard this in there and I don't know which exact verse, but basically when we put money as the focus of our goal, then it's more likely not to happen. But if we put service and trying to solve things and for the larger humanity, for the larger world, actually, not just humans but animal life, plant life, ocean life, everything. If it's for that service, that type of service oriented heart, then it's more likely to give you results that you can't even expect, right? Like, certain things start happening to where it's like, wow, like so much is happening. And it comes with a good feeling, and it comes with, yeah, you're gonna have to be growing through things, but you know that you're doing it based off of a non-egoic sense gratification place, is what we call it. So we're doing this because we're being of service, and we're doing this because uh, it aligns with things that I find curious and find interesting. So I'm not forcing this out of me. All right. I just want to say that because I want y'all to find that for you, whether it be painting, whether it be writing, whether it be, maybe you really feel good at your 9 to 5 job, because people try to hate on that. Like if they're an entrepreneur or somebody like, building their own financial freedom, but maybe you enjoy your 9 to 5 job, like because it aligns with things that you are interested in. So, anyways, I guess that was kind of a rant, but rant over. Do what you love what you do, and then give and serve from the heart of wholeness and oneness, completeness with everything. So give from that space. And that's about it. Uneducated Yogi here. I ain't mean to sound like a preacher or nothing, but your boy over here going through stuff, and I want y'all to understand the journey as I'm going through it and with it. All right. So I appreciate y'all for being here, especially if you made it this far. Honestly, I don't even know why you're here. I don't even know why you're here. You need to go be learning something, and then you need to be like investing in something, and then go make some money. All right, y'all. Uneducated Yogi out. Oh yeah, love and peace. Love and peace, y'all.